Yeah, we gave up well over 30 a quarter. Not good enough, obviously. Yeah, I think not having Miles out there is a factor, but it's not an excuse. We've got to be able to do better than this. And look, they've got a team that can score, but there were different things that contributed to it. We had too many turnovers. That led to scoring, and there were a lot of second chance points too. So a lot of things to clean up, get better at.
What just as far as how this team defends the bounce, it seems like that's kind of been an issue for these guys. I mean, what do you see just continuing to be a problem in that regard, and how much does that make everything else a problem?
Well, at the point of attack, that's where everything starts. The teams that are the best defensive teams have guys that can guard the ball and do a good job of guarding their individual guy and keep their team out of rotation. We get into rotation too much. It's one reason our bigs, are among the league leaders in block shots. It's because there's just guys, they're getting on the launching pad and getting there a lot. And so it's just an area we got to do better. I mean, we've got some guys obviously that do better than others, but I think it's an area where everybody can get better.
Jordan obviously has a 25-point second quarter. I think that's a franchise record. Goes off for 33. It's another one of those occasions when the freedom that you've given him is starting to pay off, and you're seeing what just impressed you about everything he did in that.
Yeah, well, look, he has the ability to get going. We saw it when he was with Milwaukee against us. I mean, he hit 4 or 5 threes. He wasn't exhibiting some of these other skills, putting it on the floor, playing in pick and roll, those kinds of things. And it's, as a full court attacker, he got a couple of coast to coast plays where he either scored or got fouled. So he's got a lot of stuff, And the thing I liked most about tonight, he did it in the most efficient way, as that he's played so far. Last night things got a little willy-nilly. He threw one pass behind the back that was kind of unnecessary. It was kind of loose. He really tightened it up tonight and did some great things. And he's got the touch. He's got the range. He can shoot mid-range. He can attack the rim. Good player.
You mentioned the bigs, obviously Isaiah and Jalen getting a lot of minutes. As you had an opportunity to let these guys, develop for the most part, what did you sort of like and not like from them tonight? Lines look pretty good. They each hit some outside shots. What was good? What was things you need to work on from them too tonight?
I mean, fouls were an issue with Isaiah. But his activity was really good at the start of the game and throughout. One of the reasons that you create these situations for young guys to play in big-time games like this is that, they need to learn the things they need to do better. In Isaiah's case, it's, certain recognitions of things defensively. Offensively, he's come a long way. His strength and conditioning has come light years in a year. Tonight, Jalen just had some bad luck. He had a couple balls that he just kind of lost out of bounds. And, one time he makes what looks like a three and his toes on the line. It's just kind of one of those nights for him. But I love their effort. Those guys both play with a pure heart from a basketball standpoint, and they're very much loved by their teammates. And I'll look at it. I'll look at the film, and we'll show them some things that they can do better. But they've gotten a great opportunity here in recent weeks, and at the same time, they've both learned what it means to have to stay ready when you're not necessarily in the rotation all the time. And that's a big part of becoming a pro, is establishing who you are, how you play. And when you go into the game, regardless of the situation, even if you haven't played in 10 days, that you go in and you do your job.
Chris, did he make anything worse with the ankle? Did he do anything to it? Was kind of a pitch count then?
We'll find out. We'll find out. I haven't talked to Josh yet. I think I think maybe it was just maybe we should have waited until to get a couple of practices under his belt. So we'll see. It was a tough situation. I thought this was an opportunity for him to jump back in, but we'll see how he's doing tomorrow and go from there.
Ben, it goes a couple days where he doesn't take a whole bunch of shots, but it seems like there's a lot of development, a lot of learning there. Again, putting him in tough positions of defense. What have you not like over the last two games? The lines doesn't stand out as looking great, but in terms of what you're seeing, that you're really focused on from him.
Well, one of the things that I spoke to the team about before the Boston game was that our young players that are getting an opportunity to start, and that's not just Ben. It's it's Andrew. It's Isaiah got the start tonight. It's important for these guys to understand the responsibility that comes with being a starting player, on an NBA team. That it's got to be about doing your job within the system, doing your job defensively, and doing your job offensively, and having trust in your teammates, and it's not just about statistics and where your shots are going to come from and any of that kind of stuff. If you get distracted by thoughts like that, you're not going to play well. So this week has been a great opportunity for these guys to experience something that they need to experience. And with 7 games left, we'll continue to look at different things. I mean, things are fluid, and the other thing that I really admire and respect and appreciate is, when we talked to Buddy about, going from starter to coming off the bench, I mean, he was good with it. I mean, and here's a guy that's got experience doing both. But, the last couple of games, his approach, his attitude, his vibe with the team and all that kind of stuff was terrific. And that's what we need, as we build a roster and a rotation, that can be a contending type rotation. Everybody's heart has to be in the right place. Their spirit has to be in the right place.
Kid can flat out score. I think it was on me to give him the ball more, and I didn't, and I'll take that one. I got to keep feeding him and continue, the hot hand. And I should have done that more. That one's on me. But in terms of him, since he's gotten here, he's been unbelievable. He's a great teammate, great kid, and like I said, special scorer.
How have you seen him improve with just the ball in his hand? I mean, they're putting him in some ball screen, as a ball handler role. So where do you think he's gotten better as far as that's concerned?
Just reading the defense, getting downhill, and he makes the right pass, the right play most of the time. And like I said, they're so worried about him scoring. He's been good getting people the ball and kind of picking his spots to get to his pull up or his floater, and he's athletic and get to the rim and dunk it. They're obviously trying to take away his 3, but he's shooting it really well.
First flip side defensively, 143. That's horrendous. Yeah.
I don't know no other way to put it.
Where does it all start? I mean, it seems like just keeping the ball out of the way.
Yeah, it was just step slow. BS effort. It's just, it was not good. There's no other way to spin it.
Obviously, on the boards, we don't have rounds of changes to think. But how big of a part of it is that? The second chance points extended some of the possessions.
Yeah, I feel like rebounding has hurt us a lot this year. And it's not like we don't address it in practice. It's like I said, it's an effort thing. It's a block out thing. It's on us guards to go help the bigs, to help them, because they shouldn't be battling alone down there. So we just got to be better.
Is there some, growing pains involved? There is some lineup shakeup. Obviously, the point of these last games is really to get a lot of development done, move some things around, check out some combinations. Is there a lot of getting used to that is involved there, especially on the defensive end? It seems like offensively, you guys had a rhythm all year, but is there more cohesion?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously different, experimenting with different lineups that we haven't necessarily been with all year, but that's no excuse for not giving any effort. Our effort was not good tonight, and it showed. It doesn't matter what the lineups are. I mean, effort is a non-negotiable, and we didn't show any.
I think I was able to, first off, I hit it easy, three in the corner. And then from there, Rick just called a couple plays, put me in some ball screens, and, I was able to, make stuff happen off of that. Just he trusted me, I trusted myself. And once I saw a few go in, I just had a lot of confidence moving forward after that.
How much more confidence are you gaining in that pick and roll in particular? How far do you feel like you've come just in a short time working on that play, those plays, just that package stuff?
I think I'm getting a lot more comfortable with it. And the more I do it, I think I'll keep improving on it, keep getting better. Obviously, this is my first time really getting those reps in games and doing it a lot. And, like I said, hopefully I can just keep improving, getting better. So long term, I can, help the team out.
What's kind of the steps with progress as far as that's concerned? What do you have to get used to when you're not used to getting a lot of those situations?
I think for me, it's just making the right read, whether it be shoot, pass, and like I said, you learn that with reps.
It seemed like the step back three in particular, one you did off the ball screen, was that one that really got you going there? And what did that mean to you to hit that shot? I guess when you make kind of the right call coming off of the ball screen.
Yeah, I've actually hit a. If you look back at some of my Milwaukee days, I did that a lot. It's kind of something that I kind of for a while took out of my game just because they didn't need me doing that in Milwaukee. So now just getting back to myself and here if I can make shots like that, it's gonna help the team. Obviously, it's not something that I need to do all the time, but when it's there, it presents itself, and I feel like I can knock it down. I'm gonna take that chance.
On the flip side, it seemed like you were also making plays off the ball. You got at least the one dunk coming downhill on the cut from McConnell. Is that kind of another piece to it? Is also while you're working on that piece, remembering to do all the stuff off the ball.
Yeah, and it's great playing with guards, Drew, TJ, Ty, obviously. When they're driving, they're all great passers. So when you make a cut, they're gonna find you. If you're open, you're gonna get the ball, and that's a great thing about being on this team. And even there, I'm still learning. There are times I don't cut guys and get on me, but I'm trying to do more of that, and because I know I'm somebody who can finish plays. So if I cut, I can, like I said, score and help the team out.
Obviously, on the flip side of that, they put 143 on the board. Just what did you see the breakdown, especially, to the back half of the second half?
The biggest thing was just rebounding. A lot of second chance points, a lot of offensive rebounds. We got to do better. I think a big thing is just blocking our men out, and we didn't do a great job of that tonight, and it really hurt us.